What's up? Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. We are less than 2 weeks from WWDC on June 22nd, and things are just really starting to heat up, especially if you're talking about new Macs. So for all of you who've been asking me for iMac news, this one's for you. Now, reputable leaker Sonny Dixon claims that Apple will be introducing an all-new, redesigned iMac at WWDC20. According to Dixon, the new iMac will bring an iPad Pro design language with Pro Display-like bezels, which means expect to see thinner bezels, an AMD Navi GPU for improved graphics, Apple's T2 chip to add new security and controller functions, and there will be no more Fusion Drive. So, if you're looking at the renders and thinking, hey, that looks similar to an iPad Pro on an iMac stand, or it even looks a lot like the Pro Display XDR from the front, that's because it does, and I'm all for that, especially if we get it in space black, because I think that the iMac Pro can't have all the fun, even though, yeah, I get it, that's part of what makes it a Pro. And I typically save this for when a product is officially released, but if this is what we get, I'm definitely giving it a good Apple. Ooh. Very good. Now, we're really at the point, though, where we just need smaller bezels and faster performance for the iMac line, plus making it look similar to the iPad Pro, to the rumored iPhone 12 designs, and now the iMac would bring kind of this consistent design language across the board to a large part of Apple's product lineup. Now, earlier rumors have claimed the 2020 iMac will bring on Intel's 10th generation Comet Lake processors, including a 10-core Intel Core i9 10900K. That would be the successor to the current 8-core 9900K chip in the current iMacs. There's still no word on which Navi GPU will be paired with this processor, but earlier rumors pointed to AMD's incoming Navi 21 graphics that are based on their RDNA 2 architecture. Now, just for those of you that are wondering, that's the same architecture behind the next-gen gaming consoles like the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. And oh yeah, we've seen what the PlayStation 5 is really capable of. Now, Apple's Fusion Drive system has a smaller solid-state drive working in tandem with a traditional spinning hard drive to balance out speed and capacity. That's what they've always gone with. But according to Dixon, the Fusion Drive will no longer be needed, and we'll be getting new iMacs with completely solid-state drives. So overall, this sounds just like a legit upgrade, and it also makes me wonder, if this is the iMac, what do they have in store for the iMac Pro, which is just begging for a refresh of its own? Now, for me, I have the iMac from 2011 when it got this new design. I still use it for my podcast production, so it can still hold its own there, but there's just a lot of people looking forward to this refresh, and according to the leak, we'll see if it all comes together on June 22nd at WWDC. So now with this anticipation, building for this rumored new iMac, people have been checking out the shipping times for current iMacs, and at the time of this video, the 21.5 inch still has shipping times of a couple days. You might think that they would just keep it there maybe for like the budget entry-level iMac, but the 27-inch iMac, they're pushed out to June 25th, past the rumored WWDC announcement. And yes, shipping times don't mean new products are coming, and the iMac's last refresh was over a year ago in March of 2019, while the iMac Pro's last refresh, December of 2017. Yeah, they're thirsty. So the other big Mac story here, Apple planning to announce its long-rumored shift to ARM-based Macs at WWDC, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. The report says that Apple's first ARM-based Macs will be released in 2021, and Apple eventually plans to transition its entire lineup. So we're talking about Mac notebooks and desktops. Now, all of them will eventually be making the move to Apple's custom ARM processors, with several ARM-based Macs coming next year. Now, these new processors would be based on the same technology used in the Apple-designed chips for the iPhone and iPad. The plan is to unveil the new initiative at WWDC, and it's codenamed Kalamata. Now, this name is mostly inspired by Kalamata olives.
Kalamata olives.
It's one of the healthiest foods on Earth and are only found in the Peloponnese Peninsula in southern Greece. See, Apple execs, they're like fancy like that, so they had to name it after an olive. Kalamata.
Kalamata olive.
See? Look, you learn more than just about apples here.
Kalamata olives are often referred to as Greek olives.
Okay, back to the story. The timing of the event will give developers time to prepare before the new Macs start rolling out in 2021. Now, Gurman reports since the hardware transition is still months away, the timing of the announcement could change, but WWDC would really be the right time and place to do it. It'll also be the first time in 36 years that Apple-designed processors will power their own machines. It was first Motorola, to the PowerPC chips. Then in 2006, Steve Jobs announced the switch from PowerPC to Intel. They made a big deal about it on stage. The ARM architecture is different from Intel's chips that have been used to power Macs since then, but the transition absolutely wasn't easy for everyone. It won't be easy for everyone this time around, depending on the specific apps that you use and really the support that they get from the developers. So, for example, let's look at something like Microsoft Surface X, which had absolutely great design and their first ARM processor tablet, but the lack of software support for the new ARM chip, that really hurt it. But either way, this is going to be a huge move for Apple because they're going to be able to control their own chip supply. They'll know the exact timing that correlates with their own timetables and product releases, so they won't have to depend on a partner that might move slower than they do. We also have Intel's chip performance gains. They've slowed year over year, while Gurman reports inside of Apple, tests of new Macs with ARM chips have shown big improvements over Intel power versions, specifically in graphics performance and apps using artificial intelligence. Now, Apple's ARM chips, they're also more power efficient, which could translate to thinner and lighter Mac laptops down the road. But at WWDC20, we'll get all the other software updates like iOS 14, iPad OS, watchOS, and tvOS. And you know that I absolutely just love it because, you know, we get to see the new bells and whistles that Apple will be giving to us with the hardware that we already own. And I've already said I can't wait to see specifically what they do with watchOS and iPad OS. But without a doubt, the move to ARM processors will be the biggest announcement at WWDC20 for Apple moving forward. Okay, we're going to stick with the Mac because Apple is planning to launch their Mac trade-in program at its retail stores in the US and Canada next week, according to Bloomberg. The program will kick off on June 15th in the US, June 18th in Canada. Apple has done trade-ins from its website, but not its physical retail stores until now. So you'll be able to use the value you get for a gift card or even apply it to the cost of a new computer. And sure, it's convenient, super convenient for Apple to do this on site, and people will do this. But even better, I'm telling you, I would recommend you, first of all, keep the original packaging of your computer, even keep that shipping box it came in, and keep it nice, put it in like a closet somewhere. Then when you're ready to upgrade, you can sell it somewhere on eBay. Now that's what I do, and sure, it's a little more work, sometimes a lot more work, but you can get roughly 2 times or higher the price of any trade-in compared to what Apple will give you. So now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe! Yo, Joe! All right, Apple recently updated its collection of Apple Watch sports bands and iPhone cases. The new watch band colors this season are Coastal Gray, Linen Blue, Seafoam, and Vitamin C. Get it? Because it's orange. I mean, I got it, but I don't know about you. Now, you can also buy iPhone 11 cases for all models, the Standard, Pro, and Pro Max in 3 of the new colors, Seafoam, Linen Blue, and Vitamin C, because it's orange. And I'm so sorry, Coastal Gray, you didn't make the cut. And if you like more colors, the Powerbeats Pro, my favorite workout wireless earbuds that I've temporarily lost at the moment, they come in 4 new spring pastel-y colors. We've got Spring Yellow, Glacier Blue, Cloud Pink, and Lava Red. Someone got paid to come up with these color names. You know what? In fact, it wasn't someone, it was a team of people. Yikes. Now, the Powerbeats Pro are $249, but if you wait for the right time, you can even find them for cheaper on promo sales sometimes. And in case you worried, because we know how you fanboys get in, you weren't sure just how Apple is doing in this economy with COVID-19, unemployment, the racial tensions, the call for systemic change in America against police brutality and racism, Apple is sitting nice and pretty after they just became the first U.S. company to reach $1.5 trillion in market capital. That means they're doing really well. So next up, it's not a matter of if, but when they'll eventually hit the $2 trillion mark. And this is not a knock on them. They have donated $15 million towards the coronavirus pandemic, but you know, they can absolutely do more. Tim Cook, he wrote a letter directly addressing racism and Black Lives Matter on Apple's website. So hopefully we'll see another announcement around more causes that they will support this year. All right, that's it for this video. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my videos when they drop. Plus, you can also check out my Apple Bits XL audio podcast, where we dive into everything that matters inside the world of Apple with special guests. And all my work, it's completely independent, and I'd appreciate your support. You can support the podcast and all my work at patreon.com/Brian Tong. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care. Be safe. We'll talk to you soon. Peace and love.